what's going on everybody? My name is Mike and welcome back to AXC Garage. Another episode on our Apex Blue 2021 Acura TLX A-Spec coming up. Guys, to start off this video, our friend at Spoiler King have sent us a roof spoiler kit for our 2021 TLX. Once we open the box, you'll find everything that we need to get the entire job done. The spoiler does come unfinished, so we want to go ahead and send this to Brian to get this painted in gloss black so it matches the rest of the trim around the car. So let's take a walk to the body shop. Brian, remember we talked about the roof spoiler?
Oh, here it is.
There you go right here.
Here we go. I'll check it out and I'll show you guys how we do it.
It's all yours.
Thanks. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, this spoiler right here, you can see it's pretty flexible. It's almost like a piece of rubber. You can't just prepare this anyway. You can't paint this anyway. I'm going to take you through the steps right now of how to properly paint this and what materials we use, so when we flex, the paint flexes as well. So the first thing I want to do is use a maroon scuff pad, and I want to score the surface. This way my paint sticks. Then we want to get creative with our paint stand so we can get paint around all those edges that might be hard to reach if we just sit it flat on a table. So we got it all propped up a little bit so we can get that edge underneath nice and shiny as well. We'll start off first by using some adhesion promoter. We're now mixing up our sealer. It's a black sealer. It's a primer that doesn't get sanded. It lays very smooth. Now, before we can go ahead and top it off, we need to use what we call a flex agent, which is this stuff right here, elastic O. All right, and this is going to go into our sealer, and it's going to make the sealer nice and flexible and not brittle, so the paint won't crack when the spoiler flexes. Then we'll add our hardener. This is what actually makes the sealer dry. And then our reducer that helps the sealer come out of the paint gun nice and smooth. And now we're ready to spray our sealer onto our flexible spoiler. Now when it comes to our black base coat, we have a black toner, and all that does is just mix 2 to 1. So I can pour it on here, I can pour it in here without using the scale, and then I'll just reduce it. And then we're good to go. We have reduced black base coat just like that. And when we go to spray our black base coat, we only need about 1.5 coats, and it'll be covered since it's already black with sealer. So now it's time to mix up the clear coat. Now the base coat didn't get any of our additive. It's just the sealer and the clear coat. So this mixes in 5% of this only. So we'll mix up 100 grams of our clear coat and 5 grams of our flex additive. And now we can add our hardener. And that mix is flexible and good to go. And we're good to go with our clear coat. We'll do 2 coats of clear coat with about 5 to 6 minutes in between. And that's all there is to it. We have a perfectly painted spoiler that is ready to go back on the car. So allow this to dry and we'll send it back to Mike.
Alright, there you have it guys. The roof spoiler is paint match to the deck lid spoiler.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So the next step will be to go ahead and install it. But before we do that, we're going to use some solvent-based wax and grease remover. Remove any final oils and then we'll go ahead and stick it on. So once you have everything clean, all you have to do is pull off your red double-sided tape, and then we'll match it up to the contour of the rear window.
Guys, that roof spoiler from Spoiler King really gave a sleek look on the back end of this TLX. Next up, we'll be doing something that you guys have been recommending for quite some time. Window tint on our 2021 TLX. We're hesitant to do window tints right from the start because we want to get the contrast from the exterior to the red interior. But now we're on to the summer. South Florida gets super hot, 90 to 100 degrees on a daily basis. I think it's time for us to put some window tint on. So let's get the car back in the shop and let's get started. We are all done with the window tints. Definitely changed out the look on this blue TLX. Next up, we want to do something fun. On the last episode you saw us went to the dyno and got multiple readings on horsepower and torque output. On this episode, we want to see what it does in terms of acceleration output. So we have this little device called Dragy. This little device could give us some mile per hour, quarter mile time, and also an eighth of mile time. I know it's not 100% perfect, but it's good enough for us to do some comparison. Now, talking about comparison, we have a few cars on our lineup. First, we're going to start off with a front-wheel drive all-stock TLX, then an all-wheel drive all-stock TLX. Next up, then we're going to have a current generation Honda Accord with a 2-liter turbo, and we're going to find out, is that car really faster than the TLX? Next up, we'll test our car right over here with the tune and the downpipe, and then the K&N engine air filter as well. And last but not least, we have a very, very special treat and a fun car to test out. With this little device, we got a lot ahead of us. Let's get started. Test out both front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive TLX. We did 3 runs on each model. Best time for front-wheel drive, 14.94. All-wheel drive, 15.29. Next up is 2020 Honda Accord 2-liter turbo. Let's find out if this is faster than the TLX. Guys, there you have it. Let's recap some of the results. Stock 2021 front-wheel drive TLX, 14.98 and a quarter miles. All-wheel drive version of that TLX, 15.29 and a quarter mile. 2020 Honda Accord 2-liter turbo, 14.5 seconds and a quarter miles. Almost half a second faster than a front-wheel drive TLX. The project car behind us, 14.37 and a quarter miles. Last but not least, the bonus that we threw in, 2020 Acura NSX at 1147 without launch control. We got a little bit of everything on these videos. We hope you like what you see. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys on the next one.